Oh dear. I wanted to ask about her deafness, but I think that'd be kind of rude. So, thank God I at least... something. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. Ooh, okay. That would be what she's covering with one side of the face. Is that burns, maybe? No, it wouldn't be burns, because that's not a permanent disability. I should stop trying to guess. That dark-haired girl I notice is slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She sinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice it or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time I spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. You know, my first day of school seemed like the longest day of secondary school, this is. It felt like the longest day ever. I did not know what to do. I was counting down the minutes, but I started when there were 50 minutes left from a 55-minute lesson. It took way too long. Right, okay. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hichan. We've got to hurry already, since there are lots of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Ah, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. That is a creepy feckin' painting. Wow, I wonder if there's a safe behind that. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to our school. It's built in the same style, so it actually looks like it's part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. Right, in a hospital? Not gonna try and understand. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hichan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Why does fucking Shizune look so angry at me all the time? Misha looks fine, and Shizune's just like, I'm going to kill you as soon as you turn your back. Oh dear. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in hoping that this will only be a quick visit like the teacher said. It won't be if you've had to think that. Also, good God, I hope you guys like the sound of my voice, because there's going to be a lot of speaking. A lot of speaking. And considering how sad this game is, you don't really want to make too many jokes about it, just in case something bites you on the arse later. Right. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text, Head Nurse, and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cups lingering on the desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? Smiling man. I'm not sure I want to trust a doctor who dyes his hair purple. And his attire seems very, very casual for a doctor, but sure. He is young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples on his cheeks wash the impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who's heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusing, realising I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation. He snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities here, mostly physical and therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. If my heart starts beating like I'm going to die, the first thing I'm going to do is call you, mate. Don't worry about that. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. Right, his joke feels so out of place that I'm thinking why he even said it. Yeah, it's really weird to have so many medical people at school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of paper around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark grey laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school's nurse's office. Oh, even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. I'm going to call football. Every time I read the word soccer, I'm going to say football. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Why is he in a constant wink? Can't help noticing that. Oh, my lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your paper. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances over his papers, with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have a physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't really think you'll need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care to not overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need really, I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on my desk, obviously content. Good, that's it. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realise it. A quick visit indeed. You know what, as medical checkups go, that really wasn't much of a medical checkup, was it? Oh dear. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going, and I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? Or one of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, so I feel tired instead of hungry. The wariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There is a garden of sorts between the school and dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. Yeah, exactly that. Theory right. Fist pump. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. A bespectacled boy, I'm not even going to try, boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hisao Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back, thrusting his hand out in a smiley greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup dude, the name's Kenji. Sup dude. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. Fucking weirdo. He squints his eyes and looks closer in, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search for a door handle and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Okay then. Bleak beige walls, white linen and a desk made of some type of lightwood. Ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. The bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. It seems like there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi Hichan, we've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mum and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something for me to do. It's still too early. I put down the note on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go and borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of medication neatly arranged in my night table to catch my eye. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued on pharmacy label. Hisao Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. To stay alive. Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, that's quite brash, isn't it? Dear Lord. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having all life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Oh, hello. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognise anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel coldness of unfamiliarity. Having some trouble getting my words out, and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. And bang goes the eye. And we are asleep. Is that the end of chapter 1? Is it that short? Oh, I'd have liked to think it was longer. Or... oh no, that was just me falling to sleep, my bad. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light grey ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill and pop open a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I sink from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter and she's doing sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. What's wrong with Misha's laughing? There's like a disability, is it? Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. Oh, they just all sit around watching the TV, don't they? All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Oh, okay. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grain the eraser of her pencil down so the top is perfect and evenly flat. Oh god, she looks more than angry. Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Shi-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right, everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Oh my god. I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish. a grandiose flourish, and starts signing hard and heavy. Huh? Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally, noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem too embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of a class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. He-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hey-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. God. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Right. Yeah, whoa, okay, Hee-chan, perfect. So we're now having lunch together? Okay. The rest of class passes it uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. She's got something really ill and she hasn't got long left. That'd be my guess, anyway. Shizune looks a little more Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Oh dear. Yes, it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha always says, moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing. But really? Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competition over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed how dark and blue her eyes were. It's truly an alluring glare. Yeah, they are quite blue and dark. Are you sure, Hee-chan? Very sure. What are you even speaking about? Huh, you're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is satisfaction of proving them. Ah, that's what we're on about. Shizune pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up, picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly.